I'm interested in homeless people, what can lead people to homelessness, how community-based organizations can help the poor and homeless, and how public libraries can help. I've wondered if a Homeless Voices oral history project could empower homeless narrators to have more confidence and agency in their lives, and also humanize them to people in the community who are ignorant about their lives. In the interest of realizing such a project, I took the oral history course at Simmons, and to learn more about the subject, I interviewed Phoebe Bray, director of the Community Kitchen, a food pantry and hot meals program in Keene, New Hampshire. Phoebe is knowledgeable and articulate about the practicalities of running a not-for-profit support organization and is always looking to extend the kitchen's reach. She is currently organizing a county-wide collective of food pantries with the objective of greater funding and better equipment and more fresh produce for the smaller pantries. We discussed food insecurity, income disparity, poverty, and homelessness, topics which Phoebe is eloquent about.
The poverty level in Cheshire County is between 7 and 10%, but that's based on the federal poverty level. If you jump to the low income level, which is twice what the poverty level is, that's 20% of the population. And for kids on the federal poverty level, it's 5.5%. So if you double that, more than 1 in 10 kids goes to bed hungry or goes to school without breakfast.
And she does not shy away from drawing tough conclusions.
If we can accept that, then I think we're getting near to the internal collapse of civilization.
Although Phoebe was a generous narrator, I found interviewing challenging due to my inexperience and introversion. This reminded me of how I can feel lost and confused when learning something new or when engaged in the creative process. And that recalled Carol Kolthau's model of the information search process, according to which people seeking information can experience feelings such as uncertainty, confusion, frustration, doubt, and anxiety. A librarian can intervene, helping move the information seeker toward optimism, clarity, and confidence in completing the search process. In our society, some people are privileged not only to grow up in relative wealth and comfort, but also to have people, family, teachers, who intervene and support them when they feel lost. They are thus able to grow and build successful lives with assurance. Meanwhile, there are others who lack such support networks, who live with poverty and grow up in chaotic homes, handicapped almost from the start.
There just doesn't seem to be the patience anywhere to help people help themselves.
Poverty perpetuates uncertainty and confusion due to those in need having to fill out complicated forms, visit government agencies and support organizations that are often far apart and difficult to reach, and being unaware even of what aid is available or for what they may qualify. The people who work for community-based organizations may be the only people intervening on their behalf. Yet there are those who think that poor people should be able to lift themselves out of poverty.
There was a kid who was having a horrible home life, and he said, people keep on telling me to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I don't have the boots.
And think that people are to blame for their homelessness.
You know, if you're not successful, then it must be, if you're homeless, it must be your fault.
Have these people forgotten what it's like to feel lost, to be at a disadvantage? Are they not aware that there are those who lack advantages? Are they not aware of their privilege? In a recent essay, young adult author Jeff Zentner wrote, quote, I can't know what leads people to choose to make others feel alone and afraid, or why people seek and use power to prevent people different from them from living full and complete lives. I think it comes from a deep, unexamined fear of the unknown and the different, a fear which once might have served a useful purpose in the survival of our species. End quote. I believe these fears, and a general fear of deprivation, lead some people to feel threatened by those whose poverty reminds them how tenuous their privilege is, that their ease may be tied up with others' want.
Once you get up here, the air is thinner and everything looks better, whereas down here, it's not even denial, it's a refusal to accept that the structure of society in America today is not serving the citizens.
Going back to my interest in creating a Homeless Voices oral history project, Zentner continues, quote, Stories tell us the truth of other people's lives. They shine a light on shared humanity. They make us understand that we are different, but that our differences make the human tapestry richer and more colorful, not a threat." End quote. And what about us? What story do we want to tell? What story do we want our community to tell?
We have to ask as a community, do you want homeless people in Keene? Or shall we just put our thinking caps on and say, okay, how can we house them? Because it's actually the kinder thing to do. We have to decide the community that we want to live in. And if you don't like seeing homeless people on Main Street, what you going to do about it?
What we can do about it is unite with others who care about social inequity to effect political change. But the greatest change could come from everyone, the privileged included, examining their fear of the unknown and the different, and discovering our shared humanity.